What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seat though.
So the big question is, should you play The Witcher 3 for the Nintendo Switch hooked up to your TV? Now, I've seen a bunch of reviews where people were saying, oh, well, go with this if you're just going to do handheld only. Don't you dare plug this up to your TV. I can't in good conscience recommend this if you're going to play it on the TV. Like, nigga, shut up. Okay? People out there is really over-exaggerating this. Now, are there parts of this game that don't look too hot? Absolutely. Let me get that out there. Absolutely, there are some ugly parts of this game. And oddly enough, the ugliest part of the game, from what I played so far, is actually the freaking tutorial. So it's going to give you a negative first impression right out the gate. So the tutorial for the game, which is optional and you can skip it, maybe that's why they didn't put as much care into it. And actually, if I remember correctly, the PlayStation 4 version even of that tutorial, the graphics weren't all that either. But on the Switch, it looks bad. Once you get over that first intro and you go to that tutorial, you're like, what? Oh no, what? It looks bad, people. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. That tutorial, the graphics in the tutorial look trash. But once you get past that, the game actually starts looking pretty freaking good. Now, there are some very, very, very low-res textures throughout the game. Like, I'm talking like Twilight Princess GameCube version level lower res textures out there. But when the game comes together, when the trees are swaying and the lighting and the shadows, which the lighting and the shadows are some of the best, probably some of the best on the Switch to date, it starts to look really good outside of the resolution. Now, like I said before, there are some parts of the game that don't look too hot, but then there's some parts that look really freaking good. And I think people seem to be focusing on what's not looking so hot instead of what's looking pretty good. And comparing it, of course, to the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC versions. But we already knew that The Witcher on the Switch wasn't going to look as good as those versions. Like, if you expected them to look the same, there's something wrong with you. Now, the question is, should you hook it up to your TV or should you leave it as a handheld only experience? And in my experience, you should be doing both. It honestly, except for some of those really ugly parts, looks pretty freaking good on the TV sometimes, especially if you're comparing it to other Switch games. There are times when you're playing and you're like, wow, this actually looks pretty good. And then there's some other occasions where you're like, what is that? Then followed by, oh, that looks pretty good. There are definitely worse looking games on the Switch than this that you're playing connected to your TV. Should you play this connected to your TV? I'd say yes, because one, the sound, while it seems like it's maybe a little bit a tad compressed compared to the other versions. Probably won't notice it that much, but it's definitely not any what happened with the Dark Souls on the Switch. It's nothing like that. Like, honestly, most of you guys probably wouldn't even be able to tell. Like, I can barely even tell if it's even if the sound's even compressed that much, and I'm using the actual like receiver with speakers. So you should definitely check this out plugged up to your TV if you got a good sound system, because the music in this game and the sound is it's really good. So even graphics alone, it's worth playing this connected to the TV just for the superior sound. and it's not that bad. Look, like don't listen to the hype. Try the game out for yourself. Connect it to your TV. Make sure your TV is actually calibrated correctly for Switch. Try it out on the TV. Make sure you steer clear of that tutorial section and enjoy the game. It's actually a very decent looking game on the Switch. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Have you guys actually played the game docked like I've been playing it? Let me know.